and CA like CALI or CALLEY.
Wow. Has anybody heard of that? CALLEY?
Yeah, that's Cali one way, and then Cali CALI, one of the two.
I've seen it the other way, the abbreviation for California.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never seen it
Yeah, so
CALLEY. Where do they do that? Is that a Northern California thing or Southern?
Southern, down here.
Okay, so I see that it's cold there still, cold and clear.
Exactly. It's cold.
Okay, 45 degrees, but it feels like 43.
It was warmer in New York.
Huh.
Here.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2015. How many days left in the year? And we are on day number 3 of Google Chrome. So as a review, what is Google Chrome, Deanna? I can't remember.
Chrome is an application.
Also, I need one of those things too for Christmas.
Or
I
it's a
need
program, I'm sorry.
the sound or Jeopardy,
We need a soundboard.
a Jeopardy sound,
it's a
and a like you just rolled.
Did I say application?
It's a
Yes.
Google browser.
No,
It's Google's browser. It's Google's browser that is also a program. Why is it a program?
Oh, because it could be stored on your computer.
Because it is stored on your
Or it
computer.
is. I
Yeah.
want to say can.
Okay. Yeah, it is stored on your computer. Okay, good. So that's Google's browser. Now, what did we focus on yesterday? Okay, you're only supposed to forget 70%.
Francisco was saying the settings.
Correct. Yeah, we focused on settings. And what is the most important thing to remember about settings in California?
He said he remembered 30%.
Aha. Okay. So he did not review. What is the 30%? What do you remember? What do you need to? What is the most important thing about settings? Seuss, I know you're thinking about it.
Oh, you said that you want to make sure you do it correctly.
Well, that could be said about most things in life, right?
You sign off.
Do it correctly. That's a Theo statement. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. Okay? Okay, so Deanna, what were you going to say?
I was going to say you want to sign in and sign out.
Correct. The most important thing to remember about settings is to sign in and sign out. Sign out especially if it's not your computer, because they are going to, it will be changed and you will not be happy with the changes. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what? Because I think you're writing them down, Theo.
The 6 steps of Chrome power.
Okay.
Power use. Yeah. 6 steps.
Okay, what is the subject for today's thing? Extensions and apps. Today we're going to focus on extensions and apps. So what is an extension? Mike? Okay. Everybody make sure you have your book on your page that says Google Chrome and write this down. An extension for our purposes, this is the purposes, and our purposes are always to help you get employment, not to be going to become a programmer or a computer scientist. Our purposes are, the definitions we use are for employment. So if an employer says to you, or when you're in your interview, they say, what's the difference between an extension or an app, or what's an extension? An extension equals an app located where? Where's it located?
Your settings.
Chula?
Close. Deanna's on the target, not in the bullseye. She's on the target. So I'm going to share my screen.
Chrome. In your bookmark. Bookmark.
No, close.
On your tab.
Okay, what is this thing up here called? The omnibar, right? Okay, to the right of the omnibar are these little things, right? What are those things called? No, what are they called? Icons. Icons. Okay, those are icons, and they launch the extensions. So extensions are apps located next to the what? Omnibar. Okay. So Deanna is on a roll today. Okay. No, you're doing good. So Deanna has her growth mindset hat on. By the way, here's an important thing to know. Yesterday I had a meeting with Load and Go. This is a big company that does prepaid debit cards. When people graduate from here now, they're going to get two things. One is a debit card that you might not get until you can get it. Okay? It's already set up, and we'll have a little bit of money on it for you. And number two is a phone. What? An Obama phone. Two, everybody who graduates from here will get those. Now, you might not be able to get it for a little while, but that means you just have to come back. Okay, so that was part of our meeting yesterday, and everybody's going to start working here for the Nevada Restaurant Association or the Nevada Hotel and Lodging Association, calling members, because there's a law that's in effect, and it's not important what the law is, but they need people to call. All of the members of the Nevada Restaurant Association, the Nevada Hotel and Lodging Association, to say, hey, there's this law, and we're going to be sending people out to enforce it, so you need to be prepared, and we can send you some materials on that. So it should be good. It would certainly be good for your resume. But that doesn't have anything to do with Chrome.
So it's a calling place?
No, it's from here. It's from here. Okay. Oh, yeah, and another job, working for a battery company.
Not bad.
A lot of different kinds of batteries. But
We're not talking assault battery.
correct. No, not that type of battery. Was that what you were thinking of, Jesus?
Car batteries.
I think they have car batteries, but they're replacement batteries. And what this company wants to do is get businesses set up to have a battery replacement program. So let's say you're a 100-room motel. How many AA batteries do you think you have at that hotel?
200. 1,000.
Okay. Every door has 4 AA batteries in them now, because everybody has the electric locks. Right? Did you know that? Yeah. Almost no hotel has keys. And those have batteries, AA batteries. And then smoke detectors. 9 volts. Those are 9 volt. And then they have all kinds of batteries for flashlights and walkie-talkies and radios. So this company wants to be like Dell. Dell is a company that every business in the United States has a Dell rep. Now, the business might not know who their Dell rep is, but the Dell employee knows, okay, that's my business. I got to contact them. And this company wants to do the same thing with batteries. Assign territories to people and say, okay, you're the battery rep. Here's what you need to do. And it could be just a very good secondary business, a little hobby business. Because once you have people signed up, it's like Harry's Razors, where once you sign up for the razor, They just send you the razors. You don't even have to think about buying razors anymore. It's the best razor. My problem is the razors last so long, I keep getting replacements in the mail based upon how many I used to need, how many Gillette blades I needed.
Oh, I see.
So when you sign up for the service, they give you a better blade, and you say, well, yeah, I need one blade every month or whatever. And my problem is I'm starting to stack up blades because they're not, I don't have a calendar. I'm not OCD. That, okay, I've had this blade for 4 weeks or 3 weeks. Get rid of it. I get rid of it when it feels uncomfortable. And this company, Harry's, is just killing Gillette and everyone else. So the battery company wants to do the same thing. We get you set up on a battery program, and we replace your batteries. So that's another job that we'll be finding out about. I think he's going to be coming here before the end of the year. But that doesn't have anything to do with Chrome either. So we're here to talk about extensions and apps. An extension is what? Jesus. It's right here.
Located on the board.
Yeah, next to the on-board. These are extensions over here. These are extensions. Okay, what is an app?
It's similar to extensions
program.
that they are next to your Omnipar.
Well, yeah, we can't define one on the other and the other on that first one.
Program that does its task.
Well, an app is a program. It's a cloud-based program. And it's always important to use the word cloud when you're talking about an app. If you say a program, people might think, oh, you need to download it on your machine. It's not downloaded on your machine. It's in the cloud. So the history of computers, back in about 1980, they came out with the first personal computers. Actually, a little bit before that. I bought my first one in Osborne in 1980. It looked like a sewing machine you can carry around with you. Had a handle on it. And there were programs, and you load the programs on it, had very little storage, really didn't do too much, but it was cool. And you could do a lot more than before when you had to do spreadsheets by hand. So then, as time went on, the computer chips got faster, and there was more storage. So if you had a faster computer and you could store more stuff, what could you do? You could be more efficient. Well, you get faster at the things you did, but you could do more things. So they went, when the first computers came out, they were not color screens.
No.
They were either black with white lettering or black with orange lettering or black with green. So when they got faster computers and larger hard drives or floppy drives, then you could do things and have color and have graphics and stuff like that. And then one day, you could hook them up to the internet. When I was in law school, we all got to use a service called Nexus, and I can't remember the other 2 services that they gave us free while we were in law school, and you could look up cases online. And the speed was 300 bits per second. Okay. Okay. So here, we're probably at 15 megabits bits per second. That's why everybody here can be using the same thing, and we have graphics, and we can be watching movies, and this Hangout on Air is filming me going through the computer, and when you see me on here, that's because it went here through the computer, out to the internet, and back to the computer. It's not from here to the computer. It's here, out through the internet, into the cloud, swirling around the cloud, then back into the computer, and then to the screen. So this is going to keep getting better. But everything at this point was a program. There was no such thing as an app. There was no cloud. It wasn't until the internet got fast enough that people had high-speed data. So that was in about mid-'80s. About the mid-'80s, you could have ISDN and DSL, and those were really fast. That was like 56K, 56,000, or 19. I remember originally they went to 19,000, and 56,000, then 125,000 bits per second. Okay. Still no internet. Too slow. Wasn't until you got up to like about 256K that you could watch something on Netflix.
And that was with a modem.
And it would cut out.
Yeah.
Plug-in modem.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And so then all of a sudden life changed when the internet got fast enough, and now it's been just blowing up. So in 1990.
That's his screen.
In 1990, it was at 300 baud, 300. And in 2011, it was at about 10 million. So that curve went like that. And it's going to keep going like that. It's going to keep doing more and more, faster and faster and faster. And so as computers get faster, now we don't have to worry about storage because everything's stored on the cloud. You can just do more and more stuff. So Google, for example, has collaboration, where you could be here and somebody could be on the other side of the country. You're typing on the document, they're typing, and it's totally looks like they're right next to you. There's no delay at all. So that speed enables apps to be created because you don't have to store the program on your computer anymore. So this is very significant. So when somebody says, well, what's an app? It's important that you get across that it's cloud-based. It's not just a program. It's a cloud-based program. And when it's cloud-based, size doesn't really matter. Why not?
There's no place to put it. I mean, it doesn't need to be.
It doesn't need to be. It doesn't take up any space on your machine.
And it's collaborative.
So, for example, okay, so for example, what is this?
What's a tablet?
Tablet? No, not a tablet.
Chromebook.
Laptop.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's the one you get.
So Dennis, what is this in California?
Chromebook.
Is that it? Well, we got everything.
Acer.
Oh, Chromebook?
This is a Chromebook. This is not a laptop. It's not a tablet because what? That's a keyboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how fast it is. So now I can use it.
How much is that?
About $120.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is a Chromebook. How much can be stored on here?
If it's Chrome, you don't need to store anything.
Yeah, it stores almost nothing on it. Very little.
That's why.
I don't know, 1 or 2 gigabytes is just very nothing. But it's fast. So when you open it up, so you're not supposed to do this with the laptop. Just open it up, or just shut it off.
In the cloud?
So Chrome and Chow2T,
Wow.
and then I can log in.
Boom.
And it's ready to go. It's on the internet.
Yeah.
Google wants to help us give everybody in prison a Chromebook
Oh, that's good.
as a learning tool.
Good.
Then you don't need MP3 players. You don't need iPods. You don't need,
So they can just fly.
you can do a tremendous amount of stuff. Sending letters, how would you send a letter from prison if you had a Chromebook?
You'd use your Gmail.
Gmail.
You do it by, yeah, Gmail. Right, exactly. How do you do it today? Anybody who's in prison? Huh? You write it, right? You handwrite it,
Put a stamp on it.
okay, and put it in the mail. How do people send you pictures?
Same way. It's an actual pictures.
They send actual pictures, and there's a company called Pigeonly, or somebody who graduated from this school works there, and their whole business is nobody has cameras anymore, nobody takes pictures, and people don't have camera quality printers. So you send the email to them with the pictures attached, they print it out, and they mail it to the guy in federal prison. They don't do state prison. All of that is possible because of the cloud, and that is an app. It only has an app. Okay, so now
Oh, there's that. Yeah.
go back to share screen,
I put
share.
that also.
So it's, we've taken a long time talking about the difference between an extension and an app, but that's because it's important to know the difference. So how do we get to extensions?
Go to the
Located.
located to the Chrome check the Omnibus.
Right, it's right next to the Omnibar. Now, did I just get rid of my apps?
No, it's safe.
It's just hiding.
All I did is I made the Omnibar larger. And when you do that, so try it on your machines. And when you do that, there's a little button here that if you click on it, the extensions pop up that way. Where do you go? You go to the right edge of the Omnibar, just to the right of the star. And if you hover over it precisely, the pointer will turn to a two-sided arrow. And then you hold down the left mouse button, and you can drag it left or right. Oh, yeah. Okay? So you can have a lot of extensions, and it doesn't have to shrink the size of your Omnibar. Okay? So that's an important thing to know. How do we get to extensions? I mean, apps. How do we get to apps?
The little grid right there in the top left.
Okay, so we go to the colored grid, 9-square grid, but we have to open a tab first.
Yeah.
Because it'll do what if we don't?
Take our time away.
Yeah, it'll write over what's on your active tab.
Yeah, you're talking about like, yeah.
So we open a tab and we click on apps.
You can go to more too.
And how many apps can you have? Yeah, pretty much as many as you want.
Oh no, he was like reclaiming the
Okay.
Oh,
So for work,
okay.
for things that are for work, you want to get apps
probably should have had an app
that have to do with your work. So what did you worked in a warehouse before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
open.
So
Kind of started, so
there
just-
could be apps that have to do with forklift safety or something like that. That you could have an app and you could look at stuff or quizzes. So what are some of the apps I have? Okay, so I have this mind mapping thing, Google Books, Gmail Offline, California they use Open Class. Here's a thing called Flashcard Stash. So this would be a thing everybody can do. Can't, find it hard to learn your poetry, your Friday thing? You can create flashcards. Or you can look at flashcards they already have. It's a library of flashcards. But I'm not interested in that. So, there are other ones. Pandora, numerics calculator. So these are all cloud-based programs. They're all free. Okay, but I'm not really interested in that. Now, how many are on this page?
2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 24.
Okay, there's 24. Am I limited to 24?
No.
Why not?
Did you get your bookmark?
No, because I can click the arrow next to it and I can have multiple pages. Okay. How do I add apps? How do I add apps?
Go to the App Store.
Go to the App Store. Right. Go to the App Store in the lower right-hand corner. And we'll do that. We'll make sure everybody has certain apps that you need to have or extensions.
Do it now?
Yeah. So everybody go to the Chrome store and let me know when you are there.
Sorry.
The Chrome store is in the bottom right corner.
It says web store.
Yeah, the Chrome web store is in the lower right corner of your apps page.
Right there. Click on that.
So it'll come up with something like this, and the apps that you have might be different. Okay, so how do we get there again? You go to apps, you click on the apps tab, I mean not tab, the apps button on your bookmark bar. And down here in the lower right corner, it says web store.
I don't have a web store.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody. You updated the Windows 10?
Christmas Eve.
Well, it wouldn't have anything to do with Windows.
I don't
Oh,
know.
that's
Yeah.
her. Times Square? Oh, wait.
Netflix.
The apps button.
Times
The one in the left, it's colored. Okay, so who else is not on the web store? Michael, you're there? You're there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now, you notice in the center it says featured, right? Just scroll through that and see if there's anything you like. Google CRM. That's interesting.
Should we add something?
Well, if you see anything that you like, go ahead and add it, but we are going to add some. Are you there now, Deanna?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the problem?
I just went to my apps, show apps, not 9 square grid, but the one on the top left. I didn't show up in the right one,
In your right one?
in her apps button. I didn't show it in her 9 square grid.
On the left? Okay. Okay, good. So, so when you are sitting here during the day, instead of going to Facebook or doing stuff that's not productive, what you should do is go to the Chrome store and look for apps that have value to you. And whenever you log on in Chrome, these apps will be with you. It's not on the machine. This is on your Chrome account.
Halloween World.
Okay? There's just all kinds of stuff.
All kinds.
And it'll
They got
free
some
first.
Play domino.
Yeah, well, we can sort it by cost.
Okay, now, so we're gonna make sure you have certain things. Does everybody on their extensions, does everybody have an eraser? An extension?
Okay, we're back.
I have no
Okay.
questions.
Okay. Anybody else, anybody have an eraser?
Yeah.
Okay. So for everyone else, go over to on the left, below where it says Chrome Web Store, and type in the word eraser. And then hit enter. Here. E-A-E-R-E-A-S-E-R.
Everybody can read it.
Now, history eraser. You want the one that is an eraser that's white, red, and blue.
Right.
Okay, now, however, what I want you to do before you do anything is to notice but that says apps at the top. That's not an extension. What we want is to focus on extensions. So then you have to scroll down to the section that's called extensions. Okay, so this is a habit you should get into. This is a thing called best practices now. So install the eraser on your account. How do you do that? Add it to Chrome. Add it to Chrome. Push the blue Add to Chrome button. Under extension, not under app.
Okay, so with the box saying add history eraser, we hit add extension. After I hit should add it to Chrome, I got a box.
Yeah.
Okay. And there it is.
Okay, now, it should pop up next to your Omnibar. Do you have it there?
I just did, and now at 90% it's stopped. It's asking to add to Chrome.
Yeah. Okay, now, for everyone else, get to this page here. Click on your eraser. Let me know when you get to this page here, because you have to set this up properly. And then, best practices from now to the end of your life. When you exit a computer, you run eraser and you clear the history and everything else, just in case.
Check everything, including passwords and stuff.
I do, because this isn't my machine.
Okay.
On my machine, you do not click reload right here.
What does that mean?
You do click these two.
$6.
And
$6.
I have that unclicked.
So delete local storage, delete cookies, that's cool.
Yeah.
From the beginning of time. And the only thing I don't have, what about reload activities?
No, because this is what you do at the end.
Okay.
So if you click that, once it erases it, it's going to come back to your Chrome page. Okay, so let's be very clear and write in your books that best practices, when you're done on the internet, you run eraser.
Yes.
Okay, that is best practices. If you're at work and your employer sees you doing that every time you're done on a computer, huge bonus points. Huge bonus points. Because no one else in that company is going to do that. It's going to set you apart as, okay, this guy really is a professional. Everyone else here is an amateur. Even if you're working at a defense company or wherever you're working, construction company, you come in, you use the computer, you run a race to and say, wow, that guy knows what he's doing. I never knew that. And that's the kind of person you want to be viewed as. Okay, so is everybody at this page?
Yes.
Okay. Can you help Terry, please? Okay, what about you, Mike? Grant? Next to your Omnibar. Click it and follow the instructions. Okay, we're focused on extensions now. We did apps. When you do apps, it's going to load to that app page, and you can have multiple pages. When you're in here, you have nothing to do, or you think you have nothing to do, go work and find apps. You're going to find stuff that is very valuable and important to you. And what is that going to do to your connectome if you're screwing around on apps? Yeah, okay. If you're watching videos, MTV videos, what's that going to do for you in terms of being a better employee? Not unless you're in the hip-hop business, right? Unless you want to do that. It's not going to do a lot. We don't teach that here yet. That's later. That's when my brother's keeper comes on board. Well, when I'm wearing my Southern Nevada Democratic Black Caucus hat. No, Vice President. That's right, I saw that left there.
Can you do that?
I'm not dark enough for you. Okay. Yeah, run the eraser. Just so you see what happens.
Okay,
It closed everything out, right? That's why you do it at the end. So when I say break time, a simple thing to do, click on your eraser, click Run Eraser. When it comes back to your home screen, shut the computer off. And for anybody going back to Casa Grande next week, you know, my expectation would be when I say, well, actually, it'd be John Basic. It's okay, break time, that you know what to do. Hopefully, nobody will be back there. That's the Lieutenant Scally decision. It's just for a tune-up, as he calls it. Going back to Casa Grande next week. Well, he calls it a tune-up for a week. Yeah. But again, once you're there, he's the boss, right? He's the boss.
So all of them have to go?
No, nobody has to go. And if you want to go, they probably wouldn't let you because they think you're crazy, right? Okay. So everybody ran the eraser? Run the eraser, and then get back onto Chrome.
Director. First time
Okay, for check marks, everything except for and clear save passwords and reload.
Run the eraser. I didn't do nothing.
You want something?
Well, let's look at your settings. Check box, some boxes not checked. Yeah, you probably don't have.
Put your arrow in the middle of that box. Hit it. Left click. There you go.
Okay,
Now run it.
so make sure all of them are clicked except for this one here and that one. All of the rest of the boxes should be clicked. Okay?
What about in the extra? Okay.
No, don't worry about that.
Tell Mike the way you had on it.
Good. That's where you want to be at.
On our computer, there is an app that says Clean
Yeah.
Disk. What's the difference? Because I do both.
No. Well, this cleans up your hard drive. This is your cloud.
That's your cloud.
Yeah.
So both of them are applicable.
No, they're different things, but
They're different things.
they do the same thing, but for different things.
Yes.
It's like cleaning your bathroom versus cleaning the sink in your
Yes.
kitchen. Yeah. So you don't, if one doesn't do the other.
No, but they're both valid.
They're both valuable. You usually do disk cleanup rarely, not all the time.
Okay.
That's a kind of maintenance thing, once a month.
Okay.
This is, okay, so Dave brought up a good point. There's a thing on your computer to clean up the hard drive called disk cleanup. Okay, that's a maintenance function. This is best practices. If you go to work and every day your boss sees you doing disk cleanup, he's going to say, what's that guy on there? What's he erasing?
Right.
Because that's a maintenance thing. That would be like changing your oil every day. You're like, why is the guy doing that?
You know what I
What's he putting in there that he needs to change the oil every day?
Over here.
This is best practices. Okay, so now let's X out
So we
of
can-
eraser, or you should be back here.
I think you're-
Now, let's go back to the Chrome Web Store, and what I want you to type in there is dictionary.
about it. You don't have to
Here?
run, so that's why it was taking so long.
Right? It's dictionary.
Have it. You don't have to, it's already on.
Again, we're looking for an extension. When you're just looking for extensions, one thing to make it easy would be to check this box here that says extension. And it's only going to show extension.
So you want the Google Dictionary?
Yes, so we want the Google Dictionary. It's the one that's yellow, and it's under extensions, not under apps.
Google Dictionary.
Google Dictionary.
Let's see, you might have it.
Yeah, type in dictionary. Look for the Google Dictionary, it's yellow.
Yes.
Why do we want that instead of Merriam-Webster?
Well, because we're working with Google, we want specific.
Because it's designed to work inside of Google. So if you're in Google Docs, it's not going to disrupt anything that you're doing.
Try Google.
And now, how do we get to the dictionary? So look at
Click
your
on the
dictionary.
icon to the right.
Click on the icon, that's the dictionary. on your extension, and you can type anything in that you want in there. So what did I type in there this morning during the TED Talk? Everybody forgot? Pareto. Okay, so I typed Pareto. I also typed something else in there before that. I typed in paradox. Okay. So get in the habit of using the dictionary often. And the dictionary is a great thing because when you're sitting here during the day, instead of saying, let me go post something kooky on Facebook or on Google Plus, go look up words on the dictionary. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Now the next one.
Add to Chrome?
Yeah, add it to Chrome. Extension.
Question. How do we exit out of the
That's Bob.
That you pops up.
Well, yeah, I've got the pop-up to Pareto, but I don't see next. Close that little window.
Just click out somewhere else. Okay, so that's one of the benefits of it is it's designed to just be shut down. Okay, next, go to the Chrome, over on the Chrome Web Store, under search, go type in Google shortcuts.
There we go.
You got it? Okay.
Shortcuts for Google search.
Okay, so again, we want shortcuts for Google. And what does that do?
That's it.
So add it to your Chrome.
That's the whole new box popped up. Thanks for installing this extension. A whole different page here.
Let's go back to that.
Then now,
Once you have it loaded, okay, so Matt discovered something that will sometimes happen when you load an app. It will open a new tab. And we weren't expecting that to happen so fast. We thought it overwrote the tab we were on. Just open a new tab, you can delete it. But usually it opens up because there's something on there it wants you to know. So what happens when you load the Google shortcuts?
Well, if I do shortcuts, it gives me my my apps,
It's like going to the 9 square grid.
which is now a 12 square grid.
Okay. Okay, mine is 9. No, mine is 12, yeah. Okay, now, what is the point of this? Why would we need that if we have the 9 square grid?
There's other things on there like wallet, shopping, translate.
Well, those are on the 9 square grid below. On the 9 square grid, you can scroll down. Why would we want Google shortcuts if we have the 9 square grid? Okay, when does the 9 square grid show up? A Google app. A Google app. If you're in Facebook, which is a cloud app, it doesn't have the 9 square grid on there because that's not a Google app. So if you're in something that is not Google and you want to get to your mail or Google Plus, you click on the shortcuts. Okay. Okay, the next one. No. So the next thing to type is Google shortener. Shortener, S-H-O-R-T-N-E-R. Yeah, Google shortener. Okay, so what is the Google shortener?
Follow him, catch up later.
Okay, what is a shortener?
It shortens something.
Okay, what does it shorten?
The length of the word that you're looking for.
Not the length of the word.
What did you are?
Correct. So I would take, so go up here to the top in your omnibar, left click, select it, right click, copy, run your shortener,
URL shortener.
okay. This one works a little differently than the one I was thinking of. So this will automatically shorten whatever you're on. So make your tab active, and then you click on that shortener, and there you go.
I'm never have that on yours. But yeah, we're going to add it.
Right?
No, I got that, but my last question
It doesn't shorten there. Then you just copy it and you paste it into a document. So if you're going to send somebody a link, and they might have to type it by hand.
right, this makes it much easier for them.
Yeah.
We don't need it for anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I done got, I went to, I got a different practice. I got
Read. What?
Now, that's where we, so, I mean, so I got it up here on my extension, but I'm clicking on it. And I feel like,
To what? Phyllis, can you help him?
well,
What's he trying to do? Huh?
He's trying to hit the shortener without having to.
Okay, what it's going to shorten is whatever's in here. That's what it's going to shorten. So you use that if you're sending somebody an email with a link in it or something. Okay? In your Gmail, you should get in the habit of putting links in there to make it easy for people to go do something else, not just send a letter. So, for example, if you have your resume online, like in your drive, you pull up your resume. I'll just pull up the document.
So we type Google shorteners.
You type Google shortener.
URL shortener.
So all we have to do is just be on the page, hit the extension, and it uses it. We don't have to.
Okay, so watch. So I have this document opened up, right? So I push this,
We're done. Copy that. Good.
I copy it, and then I could go into my email. Let's say I was on an email. I go to my email, I right click and I paste it, and there's the link. Okay? So, okay, so we've got time. We're at time. Tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the bookmark bar, and we're going to do caps and extensions again. But when you have free time during the day, instead of going to Facebook, instead of doing stuff that doesn't help you remember or learn, start screwing around in the Chrome web store. Okay? Start adding apps and extensions based upon what you want to do. You want to be in the restaurant business, you go to the web store, and let's see what happens if we type in restaurant. When to manage restaurant solutions, restaurant games, restaurant health inspection letter. There's a bunch of stuff here. How about medical? So you type in medical. Veterinary news, medical image reader, translator. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's say accounting. Whatever program you're in at school, it's meaning for people in California. Whatever program you're in at school, go look for apps and extensions that you can use to do that. Okay? So now it's break time.
I just okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Dennis, does anybody have any quick questions?
I got any questions? Quick questions? No, we're okay, Ed.
Okay.
We're good.
Tomorrow we're going to do bookmarks bar and some extensions one more time. Thank you for being here.